Stop. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me family una kusha una adu una cabo. This na Saracast TV with your regular program Salon for Better. And today, as una know, around the globe, United States of America, they don't get a presidential election, and the people are not speaking their voice. But I believe say since we message they go to Sierra Leone and around the globe, we get forget people in Ayasobako go educate you now when a senior citizen in this country, we know how the America they run, we go tell you now how the election run because people then they go and give you a different interpretation. So today, as we say at Cast TV, we they follow up and try for educate to people in a salon, we they bring people the way understand but the politics and dynamics in the United States, we go tell you now how this election run and how they go. And today we go bring you somebody way to know nobody. Now Mr. Emeka Odumego Ojuku, we na a senior somebody from Sierra Leone where they na America na ya where they work with the government, we know anything where they happy but the government will be able to tell we proper about how the elections they go on in America. Mr. Emeka, welcome to Sierra Cast TV.
Oh, thank you very much for having me on.
Yes, sir. Mr. Emeka, we get about the way you want to rub much pan today, but first of all, what you want to clear for we to we salon people them, and you get a lot of millions of followers the way they listening to Mr. Emeka because you dedicate a lot of people and the things the way they happen in Sierra Leone way. Some people don't call we and to we don't confirm where you don't give we even the landmark of Sierra Leone or a day. Now from you we able to understand. Will not be understand how the landmark of Sierra Leone. For me, they learn a lot. Now I make you glad you will get the opportunity for bring you kind of Sierra Cast TV. For like you can tell Salon people them about how this election they go before you come to the human rights abuses the way at least you go church for which small. So Mr. Emeka, I don't say now I don't vote in the United States. So how you look out how the election go and how it don't end up and how they get for finally close up, sir.
Well, actually, I'll tell you, thank you for where you bring me come up on this show. And my followers are out there. I tell you thank you for following me. And I know will ever mislead you now. I will try my best. Not for mislead you now. And I know they don't do any voice notes yet ever since because I've been dealing with the American election. And if they did on me, if they don't on me, I'll be careful participate in various ways. So that will take me off from thinking about Salon. But however, I will tell you, I say, Salon election, Salon more important to me because of the people and way they suffer there. I don't want the people and for suffer. America, one thing I will tell you about America is that this is America where people in the care notion say America is the mother of democracy. No, not lie. America is not the mother of democracy. Democracy starts in Europe. If we go into the history of democracy, America was colonized. They were given democracy, or they brought a democracy into America. Okay? If you know about the first 13 colony on the East Coast. So the pilgrims and will come now America, when they come there, then British people can colonize them, then democracy come inside. So America is no more different in terms of colonization than Sierra Leone. Okay? Now the same British people will colonize Winasano, now then colonize America, and now then bring come democracy inside it. The difference between Salon, we take our mix up box upper. We not get headway pana. America then take them, they move on, they even do a better. Maybe I not go stand the better chance of say they do better than the one they will teach them. I not go say that. But they are up to par that people of modern days now they say America na the mother of democracy. Now come to the question when the host don't ask me how. First of all, the institutions in America, they are in place. I want to make you understand. All the institutions will make civilization, irrespective of whatever they're going with the presidential election, The institution, all the police, they do their work. Tax collector, they do the work. You name it. Now the politician will not be engaged by the political with the people them where they go vote for their choice. And when the institution, I will tell you one thing: the difference between America election and Africa election. The changes of an America, the change in an American president, the White House, the change in the White House, not they change much inside America. The fall of the American president, they correspond with the fall of the country. The country, they fall because of that. So that is different from Africa. Contrast that with Africa. Where matter be Okana with country. Instead they come with change, they come with this. When they come, everything else come under seizure. Everything else come under seizure. Nothing on the operate. Even the people that work as civil servants, they all they work with fear because they don't know who send them to fire them. So these are the main typical difference between American election, democracy, and democracy in the third world. The third world, the head of state, they go down with the country. Then the other head of state, they rise the country to your own choice, which is not good for democracy. So my own part of it, I just think that first differences there. Those are the first, the number one difference. I don't know if the host wants other one, I can go further more, but I don't want to talk about past the host.
I got a quick question for you, sir.
Yes.
You think, say, Donald Trump can pass for an African president due to his behavior?
Interesting. Let me tell you, say, well, those type of, it's relative. So that question is relative. Because, don't get me wrong, there are some countries in Africa that are very beautiful and wonderful. And the president, they work very hard for make the country succeed. But most of the African countries, if you therefore name, if you name few, I will tell you the African countries them where Donald Trump will pass there as a president.
Okay. Yeah, me people, I want to just they join we. This is Sierra Cast TV, and we there with Mr. Emeka Odumego. We in California. We there now. We there with her on the phone, and he talk about how the America election happened, and we can talk small about the human right violation the way they go on Sierra Leone.
If you can want to talk about how come Donald Trump not still declare it.
Yes. So many people like we can talk. Mr. Emeka, how comes? What do you think about how comes Donald Trump still yet not accept, not consider, say yes? Joe Biden don't win, sir.
Okay, in America, we get what we call the vote divided into two. That is majority vote. Okay, the reason why Donald Trump not declare it, I know there is in mind, but it's a million issues. I know they declare it because first of all, these are the very first time in recent years, or even in 10, 15, 20 years ago. I don't know in America we don't change about 4 or 5 presidents. These are the very first time the turnout inside the election is super high. We'll be still Obama set record. No, Obama not be set record 2008. This Donald Trump with Biden's election, we don't set record. That's number one. And number two, these are the very first time in America where America, with a wait in the morning after the election, will not get the result of the winner. We don't even get a tentative winner set. Where the counts keep coming in a sluggish way. We don't know how sloppy. In fact, in California, some people and they were they talk to it, and they will play and they say, well, if Donald Trump is on the win Pennsylvania and they beat it, then now Pennsylvania are able to get in count outright. And they still a count, and they give them out. Then Pennsylvania, they say, oh, but they don't count this county. They don't count this center. This center don't come in. Oh, Donald Trump don't lose. He don't lose a little bit. He don't lose so well. That's why we can see now, Biden, they go ahead. So people, they say, then they take from Donald Trump, then they give Biden. That's what people were saying. And do you have right to say this? Yes. They get it right. Because for me, for Met County to come in, they increase this one, we have a decree. When I get all the counts one time and give out say this person can count the job. But that little piecewise, we call them electronic engineering, we call them piecewise counting. It don't make sense. They confuse the people. They wouldn't know. Who's come again?
You know, if you said that due because of the COVID, most of the voting were by mail or by provisional ballot.
I can tell you this. The votes them will be by mail. But the mailing can be done close before the main election. Most of the state don't close the mailing system. There was a deadline for that mailing for candidates. In the absentee ballot, there was a deadline given to people that your absentee ballot for them coming. Which of course, they don't control the ballot, they just set aside. And wait for the
Well, if you've been a follow up with within the Trump administration, they do all while. Now, for place restriction in most of the states, them for stop them from counting until the day of the election. So
now,
for most of the states now, on the day of the election, you notice they get a lot of ballots to count.
No,
And also the deadline in terms of postmarking the mail, not the time where they receive.
No. Look, let me tell you this. When American elections don't come in place, they say election, they don't start for processor. Congress don't approve them. Trump don't get power over it. Trump people just talk. So you don't get power for stop nothing. If you just say cheating day, you don't get power. That part of the law, now you know like Salono, where Madam go jump his stop. No, nobody is stopper. And when one stopper, they go through court. You forget go through the court. You forget evidence when you go present to the court. Now the court they stop her. Not to you they stop and you the president. You could just make noise. At that time, election is under the total control of the Congress and the National Electoral Commission. It's not so they call it. So when I pull on our say Trump will stop something. Trump will stop nothing will come for the election. You know that when I go here research say there was a point where Trump wanted to begin to cheat in the inside. Now they say the federal judge said where they don't put aside, they all those jobs for make sure they protect the election process. Now they say I think I judge here. And the federal judge now Georgia say you can bring evidence, but you cannot just say we stop it. We're not going to stop it. It's going on.
Exactly.
Bring evidence for show we say for stopper. Some not the evidence. So nobody knows stop nothing. The thing is, then before don't stop the thing at the date where the electoral commission don't do it, at this stage, all absentee ballots, all many ballots, it's just like with taxes, when you get paid tax, right?
Yes.
If I don't tell you the 15th of, is it April? 15th of April, that was stopping stamp for don't make on top side envelope, they say yes. 1201, you feel that you don't stamp. You tax return don't stamp. If you don't do this, so you are late. You are late. So now the same way they treat election ballot. If they don't tell you, you want vote November 3 for vote, you want vote, then give that privilege. So make sure you vote in this thing coming. Even gladly in the state of Virginia, there was a problem. And the reason why when Virginia extends the absentee ballot date was that the machine employer, something happened with the machine of Virginia. Then guess what? The governor with the federal judge come into Virginia and announce it, boom, will they extend the date by 2 more days. We're not hearing for that. So this is in the hands of the president. No. When it comes for election, the president will only say, hey, then cheat me. You bring the evidence, then the judge will go inside. Then
you will also remember the steps that way the Trump administration will take regarding the post office, where they kind of remove most of the sorting machines then from various post offices in order to delay the mail-in ballot. Then play all the maneuvers then.
Okay, I understand what that one is. They maneuver them there. You see, they say he who pays the 500 pays the still. Now, they maneuver them. Now people then they inside. Also, from the people and sympathize them for Trump. Now then they control that on Sunday. And those type of people, if American government catch them, if they catch them, they lock them up. Then they take them to court. If they take them to court, There's one thing about American democracy. When it comes to the election, you don't joke with it. There's no joke. Even you not Trump, you want to come in and stop that election day. You get to give evidence at court. Because the judges and they're not always say, okay, will they wait 2-3 days? No, right there, when you put a case at the court, at the election court, then they sit down, then look right there and come up with something. And so, you remember Al Gore with
George Bush.
You remember that election day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Florida, I don't call say Al Gore don't win Florida. Right? That time, what happened? Florida called. Now the governor of Florida, no, not the governor, sorry. What are this woman said? The state, help me, the first lady in terms of affairs of Florida, how we call it, they what they call in America. The woman where they did it, Naim announced. And not in place for announce. But when the electoral commissioners they can announce in now the morning. The morning time by then 6 to 7. When they announce them. Now waiting the electoral commissioner announce, now they take. Waiting Al Gore do, he gonna court. The court side with the Supreme Court of America. This court ordinary court. Now the Supreme Court handler. Okay, United States Supreme Court. Where handler then side with who that? Then side with the Electoral Commission. They don't start to the Secretary of State, fine. The Secretary of State for Georgia, for Florida. They don't side with that. Then side with the Electoral Commissioner. So election is when election don't come now this country, especially national election, it's between the Electoral Commissioner and the federal judges that are fight to protect the election. Not to the governor, not to the president. None of them no get access to that. They will just make noise. Now that noise the people and they say now, oh, Trump don't do this. Oh, this don't. Nope. It's between the judges, the federal judges, and the electoral commissioners or the election people.
Okay, yeah, my family, we just they join we there on the phone line with Mr. Emeka Odumego, right direct from California. And he just don't touch small about the Sierra Leone, about the America elections. And now we will bring and come Mr. Emeka for like can touch small, but the human rights violations them way they go on Sierra Leone. And Mr. Emeka will get a couple of things that will be one little church they at least you know say you get the idea about Paulo Conte wouldn't be charged for treason way he end up and now they lock up say for possession of arms we know say at least the arms license, but it didn't have Panemba Road right now, maximum prison. And we also get one Bobo Ali Foster will become more help for clean ones. So while I talk about Mr. Paulo, if the kind jailway they run now, if it legit or na a human rights violation make it in a Panemba Road now, sir.
Okay, let me tell you. Interesting. First of all, when Paulo in case come, when they say they arrest Paulo, the first way hit me. I said, well, why Paulo for Kerrigan going at that place? The first way they were left, I left them against Paulo. So why is for Kerrigan going? But later on, because down then I then called rush to judgment. Later when I settled down, I said Paulo get 100% right for whole gun, not alone. Again, and they talking now you broadcast I don't let and so many of me audios them. Paulo gets 150 to 200% right for Kerrigan at the State House. Okay? Now me and Emeka Odumego they talk to Nanaya. The same way I be telling them before. But which are Paulo in right stop. Now where they enter, where they close the security now the State House. Now they in right stop if for declare them, which of course Paulo do. And now that make when in case when they say they don't arrest and they invite them back now say when they will go detain them. The first thing I left it on audio to Salon people. I left them for the first lawyer them where they begin. I say right now before they pin that video, let them show the videotape for sure say Paulo not declare. It's gone. Until that videotape is out, the Paulo is counsel for Palo. Now, when I go ask me, some people go ask me, why you, Emeka, you feel arrogant for say Palo get 100% right? You know, now Emeka can say Salone, when my Sabi Bukte rich, but common sense, we not can get them. We come from political. Now Emeka can say Sierra Leone is a victim of political illiteracy and mental constipation. Sierra Leoneans are victims of political illiteracy and mental constipation. Why? No matter how you learn book, you don't know how Salone politics they work. Me, Emeka, know. Because they inside Salone politics from where I'm born. Till I grew up in Washington. I know I'm like me back on.
So what are the current
You
laws?
don't know. No, let me answer this question, I beg.
Okay.
The reason why Palo get right for Kego, Nisayanda, Palo, the national security in our country, we're not in power. Not to compare Palo to Colin Powell. When I said that, Colin Powell.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, the military general who know everything in profile. When Colin Powell come on a power, America gave security there for deal with her. Why? Because the man in brain full of national security. The same to Palo. It don't take two men national security position in that country over 10 years. If Salone will be a productive and progressive country, that man should have a security officer going anywhere in the world with him. Why? Because somebody can kidnap Palo. He go take all his security information. He drug him. Palo release everything with production. If we have people the way they invent things, them all with trade material, trade secret, everything will allow give them people in it. That's the reason why United States, they are sensitive people like the president, the vice president, even though they know their power. They want the way within a ministry. Now the high like Colin Powell and others, like Donald Rumsfeld and others. Those people are giving, even if they're sick, the nurse them where they are. Let me tell you, if they're sick, the nurse them forget security clearance. The doctor where they attend to forget security clearance. This is secret what they retain. Okay? So Palo sick. Where they go? Not to call out hospital Palo to go. If for going to the military hospital, when the nurse and doctor the way they attend, they forbid military people when they get security clearance of Salone to attend to them. Do we have that? We don't. So what we have, then they harass Palo. Now campaign civil rights. Let me campaign civil rights. I just clear the rights of Palo when Mother Bio abuse. I know we extend them to the former president, EBK, which is forget security. These are the way when we own literacy, Bokuna, that country. We they take enmity, but that, for poor country, we say that we fellow man with a poet. Okay? Now, Palo, he abused. Una know what he make. Palo in case come up, where they enjoy them, make a tell you that today, now the international pressure on Madabio. That's not the reason. But let me tell you, that state of emergency where Salone give Madabio, that's the worst thing that this one Salone do for themselves. Again, that state of emergency, now the worst thing, and that make I dislike, I disapprove Cabernet Color. And me, if it comes me from Flag Off Salone 2023 for campaign against Kanye Nukala, I will do it. Kanye Nukala is not a responsible man. Why? You never sign blank check. You give the person. You say, where is he waiting for buy? You write the value. Then come back and tell me what you buy. Now the same thing Kanye do. They allow the opposition, where they complex manam, where they not be the mind of the youth, they should not kind of come you cannot pile on the boat and say, make a jam, it will come back in 3 months' time for tell you what you needed. If you need more, you will get that. Does that make sense? It's a blank check. Now, how you abuse every prisoner and every Sierra Leonean right, even including EBK. Let me tell you this. I'm glad for this question I asked. You see, Madabio can never be arrested for any two-way cause. Even the ICC not be able to try himself. Why? Because the country of Salone is on that state of emergency. A state of emergency is a martial law. Either part of the Constitution or the whole Constitution is under the auspices of Madabio or the president of that country. You agree with me? Now that we don't know. With parliamentarians, don't know that. So now, if Madabio left, Madabio now sorry for Palo. I swear to God and this. Now sorry, Madabio, go sorry for Palo. But Madabio, as long as you hold that state of emergency in my heart, nobody no free na salon. It can arrest, it can kill. 1 million people will die na McKinney. You want to me say no picking all the way for president to take Madabio to court? Yes. The committee can get their money and take Madabio to court, but you cannot. Why? Because we are under the state of emergency when that crime they commit. Same thing with the prison. We are under anything when you're under state of emergency is the choice. You see, these are the two I let me hold you last week. There's a difference between curfew and state of emergency. State of emergency, the constitution is run by the country's president. Period. Now I make the MCC report, Madam, you say they're not for care. Who get mine for going to court for that? The auditing report, Madam, you say nobody know for auditor. Who get mine for going to? You should not tell us so they behave like big fools. We don't care in America. We don't see all this state of emergency. Now, that means you are suspending the Constitution. Especially, we don't want them. Now, a blank one. Now, a blank one. You not put no condition. You decide what you want on.
I don't know if you can explain to the listeners them within the state of emergency been what have been the reason for the state of emergency?
It's because of COVID-19. You see,
so you know if you say for big crimes committed that relates to COVID, go be something where they, so anything where they commit regardless whether it's COVID related or not?
No, Ebola. You don't know that out there we will defend Madam you go free. Yes, because they get granted in the parliament, it's not for the COVID, now give me for. When I don't inspect the COVID, I see everything. It can't because they can't blank one. They don't tell and say the COVID is not COVID, now COVID no more to pay attention to. They don't tell them that. It's just tell us for say, I give you base. You can put the base. You don't know what's in the end of the base. Say now hook there inside. You can put the base. And the hook you put it on what tell fish. Now that matter you do so. They say, hey, that's COVID-19. Oh, when is that COVID-19? Listen, all the parliamentarians, they were in panic. They were in victim. They don't understand. They don't follow nothing. They grab them and they say, yeah, take and come back and tell me.
So the other question that I've been wanting to ask you, what in our current gun laws in the country? Previous politicians then get the right for carry gun around, or you need a special permit? What are the current laws there regarding guns?
Alone, everybody, whether you're a government official, you're this, even police, the military, the reason why they carry gun around, because the Constitution covered them for carry gun around. Okay? The Constitution covered them. Now, any civilian who want to get gun by himself, you know, Sierra Leone, you want to get gun by yourself, you get to go apply for the license. So Paulo get the license. He get right for hold gun. Paulo is a civilian. But remember I say, now civilian boy check with national security, it is inside brain. It is inside brain. Now remember, national security, not so because Salon developed, so we don't care about national security. Now it makes sense where they say, what's the money? EBK, after the McKinney fracas and this thing, a month after that, they say EBK gets United Nations, is it United Nations, whatever, foreign country, powerful organization, where and people can regulate or can observe the American election. Quickly, I was smart to come out and advise the APC, said this would I get a confirmation from Mother Bio or somebody, America, for get a confirmation from Mother Bio, say when this man go, he will get right for come back my country. Because why? Mother Bio get the right for stop and escort and say, no, you are a risk to national security. under the state of emergency law. And America not going to fly any bomber gonna salon. If father you get the military capability, they're right under international law for shoot and down. Why? Madam, you know, allow that bomber
that not going to be a suicide for Sierra Leone.
You say what?
If Madabio do that, you know, it could be a suicide.
Well, you know, not be so because when I don't look and say because American are just one kind of bully. No. No. You know why? Every country is sovereign state. Every country in this world were represented by the United Nations. They are governed by the United Nations laws. They will cover every sovereign state. Whether you want to fly, now plane they fly, when they enter any country in your state, the plane they identify itself. They therefore identify the passengers that were inside. If you don't want, the military got right to say land. If you don't land, they can take force to land you. Because of the airspace, the same time as the international water. Same thing as international water. If you enter somebody in international space, you don't violate the rights as a sovereignty. It gets to defend yourself. It will say you hostile because you don't respond to in question.
All right. Yeah. Mr. Emeka, people don't know that's the join we. This is Sarah TV with the program Salon for Better. We got Mr. Emeka Odumego, right from California. It touch on some of the things that they happen in the country regarding human rights abuses. He just don't talk about Mr. Paulo. Mr. Emeka, one time the day last year way or this early this year or last year way one bobo winner Ali Foster we Lima one insecurity be go fire before in the month. Now but then foot be don't damage, then take and go put on a Pademba road. Then pull them back, then go cut some parts by body, then can fix in food. But up till now, like as they tell you, a day inside Panemba Road, here and somebody back we shortly then this year, then say presidential guard shoot. But Ali Foster then at Panemba Road. Mr. Becca, what you go tell people then we know about human rights things the way then go left them poor people there, yeah.
Again, listen, let me tell you this. Again, at the same thing with Pharaoh culture. Anybody when they detain, when they arrest you, under the state of emergency, it is the pleasure of the president to decide otherwise. Period. Not a constitution anymore. These are the reasons this are the talking on my audio program every day they synthesize Sierra Leone. Now make they tell to the youth them say, we are not go out, we are not go protest. Madam, you get right for killing. You see, if the ICC one gets mad at you, you know where they will just talk to the ICC, the signatories of the ICC. So now see Madam Bioria will arrest them. But the ICC when they arrest them, they crime go there. The ICC no go get case for present against Madam Bio because in country they under it is like when the country is under the state of war. That's the same thing. You get state of emergency, I know they say Madam go time too. But the president they consider say, oh, I need to declare state of emergency. And the constitution not get the power to take them out. It will declare them, but it can never be implemented until it presents them to parliament. If the parliament get that power, the parliament themselves say they control the whole lot. Because we are under state of emergency. This is one thing I want to nail into Sierra Leone's brain. We now understand this. Under the state of emergency, the constitution is either partially suspended or wholesomely suspended. It's under the auspices of Madabio. Nobody will be able to sue Madabio. That's alone. Period. So the people wait for action listener, who said they arrest them? Me know from where they follow their activity and they throw out. And not say now after the April 29th massacre of people them now this thing now after that between May and June now they damage that body. So they on a state of emergency. Okay. Again, I'm not try to give Mother Bio themselves. Maybe they not get them, but I know they get them. I make the whole on the state of emergency. Now I make when they come up for talk, they talk they release the coffee. Coffee now what? Coffee is a crap. Coffee is under the control of the police commissioner. Okay? And at that point, the police commissioner, they're right for bringing military in through Madabio. See the point? Make we look at how the people are they make the law. Make they don't take the law that they make for protect tree, they take and they beat tree back, which know they make like big fool. State of emergency. If when Madam Yobi go ask for that, can they begin only condition them, high for operate, they begin restriction them. Now different things. They don't get no restriction. Now blank check and give the man. So blank check. So whatever I do, let me tell you like this. Madam, you know, go release that state of emergency so they get everything in state. Even next year, no go release that. Go ask for the extension. In March, you go ask for the extension. Because let me tell you what I make I tell Madam, you say, a smart pastor, because me born inside politics, in a village born. Now go and say, now Satan and say, you become head of state. So now make every step where Madam, you the step. I know what they do the next time. If I make Madam Yoris in food, I know the next way they do. I get sense person. Now the question social media begin to, don't release the curfew. Now the next thing, now the state of emergency, I say foul. You know go release up until we get everything in place. If you don't get everything in place for protect in interest, so that I go win 2023 election, when no say go able to get back inside it, you know go ever release up. These are the points. I don't know who say we don't understand the state of emergency.
No, yeah, we don't get
the human rights abuse. The human rights abuse. What are the human rights abuse? That organization where they're out there. You know when you abuse? It's when you abuse the constitution where it protect that man their right. But now where is the constitution? Tell me how the constitution is. We don't control the constitution. Tell me. Now, we'll get for open constitution 110. I get me audio one I don't left. What I get for shoot them out. We not make me brother and sister there. Make this man here when I hey, Madam, you're a master planner. Let me tell you now. I know everything where they're gonna murder and pray. Hey, they pray very hard. And the Lord they show me. If they show me what they're gonna murder you in prayer. If we are not take them, Madam, you will win 2023 election and a first man. Or if we are not take them, Madam, you will cause a problem on all the job. It's not now say we get under military rule. When I watch now that Madam, you the say. And again, I don't know when I say SFPP plan for rules alone for 98 years. I don't cannot on a program on the audio they were released. And I like okay. Now that both school meeting. Both school meeting. Now that makes Madam you not talk to Kaba. Tell he die, you don't go Kaba and bury himself. That's the reason why.
But
that both school meeting.
If you say they're going to succeed for rule the country for that many years, because even APC said no.
Oh yes. No, yes, they are right. They are right. They get absolute right.
Not the right. If you say they were able, not the right.
Oh yes. They were able, if they're not first, say absolute power brings about absolute corruption. So within themselves, if they're not first themselves, because greediness is inside Saloma and blood, not all, but some Saloma, especially the politicians. Greediness will make, there's scatter crowd. But they work as a team, the plan when they make na both school, if they work as a team to go, they go do, and the international world no go say, oh, now dictatorship. No. And you remember the kind side after every 14 years. What do you make you feel say Madam you ask for 7 years? What do you make you feel say Madam you ask Parliament for making that 7 years? Una no nothing. Una talk to Emeka. Una talk to Emeka. And they think past Madam you. I saw to Mama and told me God will come and worship. And they worship in a spiritual church. Then he tell me to for pray. Now tell me 7 hallelujah. Guess what? Now Salona they pray for. And the bishop the company. And they see them. Okay? Now that make Madam Bio, they think at the APC, they think at the other party there. Right now, C4C, guess what? When you cut the head of the body is gone. C4C, which are the head of state, the leader, the inside jail, they set them up. When the other party, when they just look and they suspend them at court for 2 years. When I look at all this game, what this man they play, this man can't run. Not no more run. Now make if Congress approve that 7 years day. That means every state, every district now the southeast, including Kono, when the how they call them, now the swing state or swing district, they say state because I know state are they. Una pardon me if I say state and district I mean. Okay? Kono are the swing state. So add Kono to the 6th district that will make the southeast. Now 7 times 14, now 98. And this 98 here, now different person go the wrong salon. Not one person, no. When this one for 14 years, the other district take for 14 years. The other district take for 14 years. The other district take for 14 years. Now so it go round. Why? It's constitutional. We look at the one party, but a different head of state. It's just a requirement to have one run the charter. We then stop them. But it's not an escrow. Let's say, what kind of man, Kamara, Samura Kamara be win. That's the other 10 years Samura Kamara for go for. Then after that, let's say some Sumana can't in a princess win. I can see the rules, but a different head of state with them. Now look at that. Some people there, I know me people there. I know how they think. The man who left me Southeast give me. I know how they think. Right now, I don't get so many enemies in America. Out of the Southeast people, where they know something I'm Mende. But me, I tell them something on Mende is different because maybe I'm pretty born inside politics, and I grow up, I see waiting a disaster, na salon. So therefore, I no go sit down, allow any one person get up for take salon in pocket, like my papa buy salon, like when they buy house. No, I will talk.
Okay.
My police just called me in less than 1 minute notice. I said, yes, I'm ready. What's our salon? Young people that have no which plan.
Okay, if I'm going to just join Ude online, on phone line with Mr. Emeka Odumego. They talk about things that really happen as I don't know when all right. Mr. Emeka, if we talk again, can go to that Bobo Lima, one of his security then far in the month. Away the man now they enjoy and that but they don't go cut behind pine body, they don't fix in foot. But still yet today na detention, Mr. Emeka. What you want to say about this Bobo for the release?
I don't talk again. First you want to make a lie. The first of that Bobo, then are 2 people in hand. One, na God in hand. If God in the church, Mother Bio make it change. 2, na Mother Bio here in minister the hand. Those are the 2 group of people. There's nothing I can say. If you ask me if it's wrong, yes, it's wrong. But under state of emergency, we didn't have a law. The law knows that there's no law that will govern that body now. There's no law. No law, no day will go. Okay, let's talk about Lincoln Week University. I may not pronounce it well, but when I know the university. What if Mother Bio get right for block the future of them picking ending? That picking ending not going to go court. Somebody me go able to sponsor them picking and they give them money, let them go put in a court. Let them apply. But I cannot waste them taking money. I'm not going to waste that. Because there's no court in Sierra Leone right now. There's no constitution in Sierra Leone now. So what? The constitution where they operate at Salon, the one day when Mother Bio wants to make you operate. We're not going to undermine the system of government in Iran. Should I go on your side? I'm not going to nothing for talk. Yes. Humanly, it's wrong. Constitutionally, we don't have one.
The people that should not listen for Mr. Emeka. And Mr. Emeka na somebody who grow in a police background and parents one parent na be police officer, so you know what they talk. So Mr. Emeka, what do you think about the constituency 110 election where they don't propose for happening December 12, sir?
Constituency 11. I'm not going to see about it with them. And I hope that my listeners and go listen to this. Constituency 110 and any other subsequent constituencies, I think we have 4 of them or 3 of them, if I remember right. One Abo, one Amoyamba, one Africa. If there's another one, I don't know about that. Then 3 and then I'm attention. Let me tell you, Mother Bio, na gambler. And the more thing they happen at the Arab Spring, or not Arab Spring, I call them, the ECOWAS Spring, they take place at the region, the more it is smart. Again, I repeat, the more the ECOWAS Spring, they take place at the region, the more smarter Mother Bio they become, and the smartest I become over here. Okay? A comparison they do so. A comparison they do so. So, constituency 110. May God bless Kadi Davis. Why? Me not to APC. About anybody who elect peace. Where they follow the law and salon. I love them. I stand by them. Anybody who elect the people their happiness, in order to take in young greediness for perish other people there. I love that person there. Now make I say I love Kadi Davis. Because from where always happen, inside social media, when I'm not say me there inside the social media. People they call me left and right. Guess what? I know one day you're reading say Kadi Davis don't raise up a fight with Josephine Jackson. Now, Mother Bio in game where they play now, 2 games in 1 play. I don't understand it. Play by this week or they pass. So by Tuesday, I will not pick up in game. 1. The first game, the other will decide say they give that 110 to APC. All right? For sweet and heart, say, make them trust the new person. We're not so supposed to appoint, but I appoint them. Because would that be to become the electoral commissioner, now Miata French. But look what you do. You don't get to Miata French. You get to somebody else. Where you know that man like himself. So that people I know what they do. So they go give them direction to them. Until I did the one they could give them. What is this will be? We don't take 10 people out of parliament. 10 APC, they don't come out. We are the majority. We don't impose with Speaker of the House and then we're ready for what you will do. We allow the vow for care police and go beat the APC people, pull another, and then that same day they do the election. So then so Abbas Mundu win. A criminal, a felon. Now we had. Yes, Abbas is on a felon. Go check my salon courthouse. They find a guilty for selling documents of Sierra Leone. And when he check, he get bounce check. Okay? So it's a felon. You're not supposed to lead with house when a honorable say for there. But these guys know what they are doing, my friend. And they frustrate. Because the people don't get the blame when he said get, make them get and make we know say this man come for full week. So because they want to, they give it for courage. Number 1. Number 2, they will get in boys there. We will go cause confusion. Go find way, getting guys there. It might say, I know the APC. Let me take this. They go come the election. They take the election. The winner. There are 2 ways. But by Tuesday, they come up with the verdict on constituency 110. Yes, now constituency them we don't exist. The people that they pay tax, but they don't have representation. It's just like Washington, paying taxes, but they are not represented in Congress. Washington, D.C., we know that. That's what happened. Now constituency 110. So we all for pray. Whether in our APC, SLPP, let Kadi Davis win because Joseph Jackson, no criminal. Why? Why you go take Pekin, go look inside your house, the video come out, you torture the Pekin? Why? They take him, you thought I'm going by a bush for make it die there. It's not that woman where they go market or wherever that woman they go na money where you see that Pekin, they don't nobody enough for survive. Ibrahim Conte. Now in him. You know before survive? If when they come, when for being the boy down on the court. Number 1, Joseph Jackson a liar. He lies say an escoman, he say an escoman in backyard by 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock morning. Then they stone your house, then they go for go inside your house. When he go to court, he no get evidence for sure. Not only they not charge an escoman at court. So is that a woman, a honorable woman? When don't say they lost in the election, they don't bring a boyfriend cabinet along. When a minister of aviation, he came there with him boy. They can't pick up the ballot box and broke because Josephine knows say they lost the election. Is that somebody salon people they want? Now somebody like that they encourage me to go through the 5 weeks of we political system to become president of salon. You know what he go do? These type of people, whip them off the board. Whip them out. That's my own view. I'm not giving about control what one do. I will tell you people that say whether not APC or NGC, if we are run that person, we are all vote for Kadi Davis. Or anybody else who have been say for road, not of Joseph Taxi. Not criminal, not terrorist. So my own view down there on Joseph Taxi.
Thank you very much, Mr. Emeka. My people will now just join we. This is Sarcast TV with your regular program Salon for Better. As soon as I listen from Mr. Emeka, we don't tell everybody things already happy on constituency 110. And you know, exactly tell you now, post you get police background, you don't tell you now how the country they run, and you don't tell you now people how they violate the constitution. So this we just bring and council now, and you don't brief again about the America election now happen, where now well you don't do for now we know how they happy with people and they give now the wrong information. However, we will call Mr. Emeka, let's just give you the round up this program for we before they left, and today at least like tell Salon people them about the things they them for focus on and let them watch, because the human rights violation people and the cry say the country they go bad, the country dry, all lengthy and they. So Mr. Emeka, as you know, senior man with experience, which I last advice what way you want to give to Salon people then, sir?
Well, the one thing we I will tell to Salon people then. Many apostles left for make people stand for their rights. I remember 1977, we will stand up for our rights. That day, I just go from one. You know, we stand for our rights. We say no college, no school. Many apostles are love for protest for the right thing. But right now, I will tell the people and they say, nation for land for food here, and look up to God for now. You know why? Because any shake on a shake, mother be the work. Until una ten we talk to una parliamentarians, let them pen we cook this man make it come back with that state of emergency in a parliament. Make una get a vote on it. But for now, I will tell una plain. There's no human violation in Salon. As long as we dey under the state of emergency. Now martial law we dey. And una call am small court. You see, we're not getting court number one, court number two. When I say small court, and the martial law court, someone. So many people, we don't see people that don't go jail, people that don't die. Nobody knows sue them. Mother be put them, go bury them in a mass grave. Nobody not go say, we'll just have on social media. But that not go change the system. Make we just give peace a chance until we meet 2023 with the election. Now that's when the mother be able to release the state of emergency. I don't know. If not that let it be. But right now, I'm not going to advise anybody for get up, for say they protest. Hey, now your life is a risk. If you want to forbid the one whole country get up, the one whole free town get up. If not, now just 100 people, 200, for kill 200 people to Madabio is nothing. When I ask what to make Madabio, you talk to Kaba. We don't talk to Kabate die. They answer they go tell you. And when I listen to the program, me audio while the face cam, it go answer most of them questions in detail. When I know say me audio to be 1 hour, I go explain all things on a step by step. So now you word down there and make we all pray for Salon. May God give you leaders. And leaders no mean to say the president no more. The people the way they make the law in parliament, such as Kadi Davis. Where they show in heart, say in the clean heart, in ready for the progress of Salon, in one the progress of Salon, not only Joseph Taxi, when they show say, my talk is where you want to live. So then can people in the way temptation don't come, they resist temptation, they still keep peace, they keep them calm. Now then we for vote for. Thank you everybody. God bless you all who are listening to me. And thank you for the people of the program.
Thank you very much, Mr. Emeka. Me viewers them of Sierra TV. We just talked to Mr. Emeka Odumego with terrible America election and tell we about the human rights abuses that they go to the country, and this now we regular program Salon for Better. We sound technician and we producer today now Amjad Jalomiba, Mina Abdullah Mansari, and we just talk with Mr. Emeka Odumego direct from California. Una tata, and we will get back to una next week.